We talked about that for maybe 36 hours.
We're in this like weird media space where these streamers, you know, like a kid like Aiden Ross, like people, like his opinion on hip hop, people reach
matters
and care.
Matters.
But he's not. He doesn't know anything about hip hop.
I love Kai Cenat to death. I think everything Kai Cenat is doing is fucking phenomenal. But even the fact
he's
that
obviously not a hip hop head.
That's what I was gonna say.
Obviously,
so the fact that you have people dropping hip hop albums and feel like they are obligated to stop at Kai Cenat spot, which
and he's dope.
And Kai Cenat, like I love Kai Cenat.
I love him. I love I Show Speed. I think they move with the right energy.
Doing is fucking phenomenal in there. I think they're visionaries, especially to be so young. But like you said, and he don't even try to act like he's a hip hop head. And that's one of the reasons I love Kai Cenat is because Kai Cenat don't try to be nothing that he's not. He don't give a fuck. Like they're killing him right now because of what he said about Dot. But he genuinely don't give a fuck.
He don't care.
And that's what I love about him. He's just authentically Kai all the time. But I say this to say you got, people that are 33, 34 feeling like obligated that they gotta stop there and spend a night to get their album to sell. You get what I'm saying? Like for real, like, and it's like, to me, that's the part of the game that like I just hate that we're at now is that nobody's doing anything, like nobody's doing shit because they love it anymore. Everybody's treating it like a fucking job. And that's what I hate. Like you don't see big rappers sitting down with Bootleg Kevs or Charlemagne's or whoever that, like people that actually love rapping. They're just going to wherever they think makes sense for their album.
Well, that's all. Like a lot of artists now, if they're a certain level, they're just gonna go do Kai Cenat.
That's it. That's it, bro.
Like Nicki Minaj, the only piece of media she did, she went and spent the night with Kai Cenat.
And it's like, bro, like.
Well, I don't know if she spent the night. I don't want the bars to come at me. I don't think she spent
the night, but I love Nicki to death. But with all due respect, why the fuck is Nicki Minaj spending the night? Like, or it's like popping like.
No. It's like it's okay to do that, but it's like also do something where we just have a music conversation about like. I don't know, just.
But see, I'm gonna take it a step further. I don't think that she should do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think she should do that because Nicki, to me, I have Nicki as the best and biggest female rapper ever. It's not even a debate.
I agree.
So you are big enough to where like whatever the fuck you do is it, and that is one thing that I do have always liked about Drake is that like Drake did On the Radar became a spot. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like to me, it's like when you're in that spot. Like, do groundbreaking shit because you are the wave. Like,
but then the other thing Drake will do is he won't go do it because this.
I agree with that too.
As much as I don't agree with academics, and academics has invited me to suck his dick on his stream. Wild guy. We got on the phone though. We're fine. Yeah. But. I'm like, yo, Drake, go do academic shit. Why are you doing these random little Canadian white dudes who fucking and gambling on stream? Like, this is
I agree.
Corny as fuck.
I agree. I feel like that's what I mean. Though it's like to me,
or go do Rory and Mal,
bro. Go do Rory and Mal.
For fuck's sake, sit down with Mal.
Fucking fire.
He deserves it.
Like that.
He deserves it. But seriously,
but that's what I mean. Is like that's fire. Like I thought it was dope that. Dot just sat down with Ebro. Like, to me, it's like...
and that was a part of the Super Bowl.
And it was a part of the Super Bowl.
But I'm like, Dot, go sit down with DJ Head, please. Sit down with Head.
Exactly. Like, bro, like, to me, like... and so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is not like a bias thing. This is not like a pick size thing. To me, hip-hop is in the space that it's in because people pick features off of clicks and what's gonna benefit them. They pick interview. They pick everything based off of... what makes sense for the algorithm and not what makes sense for the culture. Yes. And that's why the culture keeps dying. Like, regardless of where this beef is, it's like hip-hop is not in the best space that it's not in the best space because people do that. So, like, you'll get a big artist that it might make sense for them to work with a Boogie, but Boogie's maybe not hot enough. Right. So they go work with a nigga that they don't even know his catalog, but somebody told them like, yo, go look at this artist. He going crazy. And so they go work with him instead of doing that when it's like, you're not, at that point, you're not feeding the ecosystem. We don't feed the ecosystem enough. Like we need to keep our media that is in the world that we love, that really cares about this world. We need to keep them as the hottest media. How do you do that? Pull up. You get what I'm saying? If Nicki pulls up, to... I don't fucking know. Name whoever is a person in that space. That's what
I was thought about Q. Yeah. Like Q going and doing Back on Fig was dope to me.
That was fire. Like that was fire, bro. Like go do Back on Fig because that is like the people that fuck with, you know what I mean? Like what you represent, that's the ecosystem you should be feeding. And like when you're a bigger, like I understand it for up and coming artists because you're just trying to get whatever likes you can get. But if you are like Nicki, you can go sit down with a nigga that we ain't never heard of before.
Put them on, yeah.
And they're gonna be the biggest thing because you're gonna bring a bunch of views.
The other thing too, though, is a lot of artists now, like, they just go straight to fans. They'd rather just go on Instagram Live. Like,
for sure.
Cardi B be fucked up on Instagram Live, titty out.
For sure.
I've seen Cardi B's areola meat a lot lately. But it's like anything you need to know about her and her fucking...
She just go straight to the fans.
Bro, for better or for worse, we know everything that's happening with her and Offset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, or she could go sit down in an interview and they ask, so what's going on with you and Offset?
Exactly,
Well, like, just go watch my drunken IG Live from 3 nights ago. You know exactly what the fuck happened. We had sex 6 hours ago. And now I hate him.
But I also fuck with that because that's feeding her ecosystem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And then on the other side, it's like, unfortunately, with the streaming and like some of this shit, like, artists have also adopted what they call in the streaming world clip farming, like the clip farming model, where you're just like, okay, I'm rolling out the album. What are like 3 or 4 moments I can create
exactly
that is just going to get clipped,
and then we're going to send it to all of the pages, and they're going to post it. And so no, for sure.
We'll see. I mean, that's why I think like the one thing with the Kendrick thing and like Doechii winning Best New Artist Best Hip Hop Album. She got robbed for Best New Artist. Fuck listens to Chappelle Room.
Yeah, I didn't even know who that was, to be honest with you.
Anyway, but I think it's like promising. We'll see. You know, we'll see, man. But yeah, I'm hopeful. But yeah, the ecosystem of media it's just becoming a lot, dude.
Bro, the ecosystem of media.
And I'm not even hating on anybody. I love, like you said, I love speed. But there's always like the Playboy Max guy. I feel like he just popped up like a month ago.
Yeah, he did. And
he's lit now. But I didn't know the fuck he was like 45 days ago.
And to me, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think that like that ecosystem should exist over there. Because it's the thing, they feed their ecosystem. Like Kai puts on a bunch of streamers. He just talked about the Stream University thing he wants to do. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's a visionary. But I'm like, they feed their ecosystem. The issue with us is that we don't feed our ecosystem. Like our GOATs or our idols and shit like that, they don't go sit down and feed the ecosystem. They don't do records with up and coming artists that they'll have artist A who praise them so much that when you listen to artist A's music, you can hear it in their music, how much they are influenced by this artist. And then they have artist B that kind of likes them, but they hot and they popping. And then they'll just go do a feature with artist B, which is like, that's cool and it's gonna help you, but it's not gonna help the ecosystem, because if you do it with artist A, they're gonna get bigger, and then they're going to A, praise you for doing that and putting them in a bigger light, but then also B, they're gonna then feed the ecosystem because now they're bigger, so now they can do bigger features with other people.
Yeah,
so,
I think, I think back to the Drake Rap Radar interview a few years ago, and I think like it would be, if artists of that caliber, every few years, just did one of those sit downs, not necessarily with Elliot,
bro.
Just with someone who is aware of.
Just pick one.
Yeah,
right? Like literally, if you could put them in dice and roll the fucking dice out, and just pick one, bro, and it'll keep our, you know what I mean, like ecosystem in that space.